Have you ever noticed when her excitement to hear from you fades? Maybe you remember those early days, when every message you sent was met with a quick, enthusiastic reply. It felt like you were the center of her world, and every notification from you brought a smile to her face. But then, almost without warning, things start to shift. At first, your texts and calls were her highlight. She'd light up when your name appeared on her screen, and you could sense her anticipation in every conversation. The connection felt electric, and you both looked forward to the next interaction. But now, your messages sit unread for hours, sometimes even days. Plans you once made together are now met with a casual maybe, or postponed for vague reasons. The energy has shifted, and you can't help but wonder what changed. It's not always about her losing interest in you as a person. It's about something deeper, something rooted in human nature and psychology. We're wired to crave what feels just out of reach, to value what isn't always guaranteed. We value what we might lose. When something is rare or uncertain, it becomes more precious to us. It's the same reason people rush to buy the last item on a shelf, or why we cherish things that are hard to get. When you're always available, always just a text away, you lose that sense of value. Your presence becomes expected, not special. She knows you'll be there no matter what, and that certainty takes away the excitement. You become the item always on the shelf, never in demand. The more accessible you are, the less she feels the need to reach out or worry about losing you. It's not about playing games. It's about understanding how desire works. The thrill of the chase disappears, and so does her worry about losing you. When there's no challenge, no mystery, the relationship can start to feel routine and uninspiring. She stops wondering what you're up to because she already knows. The mistake? Believing that more attention equals more attraction. It's easy to think that if you just show her how much you care, she'll reciprocate. But in reality, overwhelming her with constant messages and calls can have the opposite effect. Flooding her with texts and calls smothers the spark. It can feel suffocating, and instead of drawing her closer, it pushes her away. She starts to associate your attention with pressure, not pleasure. She never gets a chance to miss you or wonder about you. There's no space for curiosity or anticipation to grow. The moments when she might have thought about you are filled with your constant presence instead. The mystery is gone, and so is the tension that keeps things exciting. Relationships thrive on a balance of closeness and distance, of knowing and not knowing. When everything is predictable, the excitement fades. The solution? Realize you've become a constant, not a prize. Take a step back and reflect on how you're showing up in the relationship. Are you giving her space to miss you, to wonder about you, to appreciate your presence? Your attention should be a gift, not an unlimited resource. When you offer it thoughtfully and sparingly, it becomes something she looks forward to, not something she takes for granted. Build a life so compelling that your absence is felt. Pursue your passions, spend time with friends, and invest in your own growth. When you have a full, interesting life, you naturally become more attractive. Become a man whose time and presence are earned and cherished. When you're not always available, your attention becomes more meaningful. She'll start to notice your absence and appreciate your presence even more. When you do, she'll start to worry about losing you again. That little bit of uncertainty reignites her interest and brings back the excitement that first drew her to you. That's the shift that reignites attraction. When you become someone she can't always predict or possess, you become someone she truly values. And that's when the magic returns. In the world of dating, there are two types of men you'll often encounter: the people pleaser and the purpose-driven man. The people pleaser is the guy who's always available, who cancels his own plans at the drop of a hat just to fit into her schedule. He's the one who nods along with everything she says, afraid to disagree or assert his own opinions, and constantly seeks her approval, hoping that by making her happy, he'll be seen as the perfect boyfriend. But what he doesn't realize is that this behavior doesn't make him more attractive. It actually signals a lack of self-confidence and a shaky sense of identity. He's so focused on pleasing her that he loses sight of who he is and what he truly wants. Now, contrast that with the purpose-driven man. This is the man who wakes up every day with a mission. He's committed to his career, his fitness, and his personal passions. He invests time in his hobbies, his growth, and his dreams, and he doesn't let anyone, no matter how much he cares about them, distract him from his path. His life has a clear direction, and he's moving forward with purpose, regardless of whether he's in a relationship or not. He's not waiting for someone else to give his life meaning. He creates it for himself. When he's with a woman, he's present and caring, but he doesn't lose himself in the relationship. His sense of self remains strong, and his identity isn't defined by her presence or her approval. He values his time and energy, and he expects others to do the same. When he's with her, he's attentive, but he also knows when to set boundaries and prioritize his own goals. This ambition and independence are magnetic. She's drawn to his drive, his focus, and the fact that he's not afraid to chase after what matters to him. The people pleaser, on the other hand, is always looking for validation from her. He waits anxiously for her texts, hangs on her every word, and measures his worth by her reactions. But the purpose-driven man finds validation from within. He knows who he is, what he stands for, and what he wants out of life. His confidence is self-generated, not dependent on anyone else. This inner stability makes him not only more attractive, but also more reliable and trustworthy. He's the kind of man who inspires respect and admiration, simply by living authentically. If you want to become this man, start by pouring your energy into your own goals. Set clear intentions for your life, and work towards them every day, no matter what distractions come your way. When you have your own life, you naturally become less available, and that scarcity makes your time more valuable. You're not ignoring her. You're simply prioritizing your growth and well-being. She'll notice this shift. She'll respect your boundaries and your time, because she sees that you respect yourself. That respect is the foundation of real attraction. Don't just talk about having a life. Go out and live one. Fill your days with purpose, adventure, and growth. Build a life that excites you, with or without a relationship. When you're a man with purpose, you become someone she has to work to keep up with. You set the pace, and she's inspired to match your energy and ambition. That's the man she worries about losing. The man who's confident, driven, and fulfilled on his own terms. Be that man, and you'll never have to chase validation again. Oversharing early on kills mystery. Men often reveal too much, thinking vulnerability creates connection. But when you lay out your whole life story, there's nothing left to discover. Mystery isn't deception, it's pacing. Let her uncover you layer by layer. Share snapshots, not the whole album. Leave space for her imagination. Each new thing she learns should feel like a reward. Be a better listener than a talker. Focus on your passions and strengths first. Vulnerabilities come later, after trust is built. Invite her on a journey of discovery. Make her want to know more. Over-attachment suffocates attraction. Needing her for happiness is rooted in insecurity, not love. This desperation pushes her away. Healthy independence is magnetic. Love with an open hand, not a clenched fist. Build a life you love. Friends, hobbies, passions. Don't make her your only source of happiness. Diversify your joy and fulfillment. When you stop worrying about losing her, your energy becomes calm and confident. Trust the connection. Give her space to miss you. Love born from freedom is stronger than love born from need. Cherish her, but never need her in a way that weakens you. That's how you make her want to stay. Predictability makes you boring and lowers your value. If you're always available, you become a utility, not a prize. Humans crave a little unpredictability. It creates excitement. When your time is scarce, it feels special. Don't play hard to get. Be genuinely busy with your own life. Sometimes you'll have to say no because you have plans. This shows your time is valuable. The unpredictable man keeps her guessing and engaged. Build a life that doesn't revolve around her. Let her initiate sometimes. When your presence is rare, she'll appreciate it more. You become a co-star, not just background. Self-respect is the most attractive quality a man can have. The ultimate test? Willingness to walk away when you're not valued. Tolerating disrespect destroys attraction. A man with boundaries doesn't beg. He withdraws attention when disrespected. This creates real consequences and makes her value your presence. The willingness to walk away must be genuine, not a tactic. Build inner confidence. You'll be fine on your own. Define your non-negotiables and enforce them calmly. If disrespect continues, have the courage to leave. This isn't punishment, it's self-honor. A man who respects himself becomes a prize. She'll fear losing you because she knows your worth. That's true power. There's a difference between authentic self-worth and manipulative games. Playing games comes from insecurity and always backfires. Women sense when you're not genuine. Purpose, mystery, and independence are byproducts of high self-worth, not tactics. You're not pretending to be busy. You are busy. You're not faking confidence. You've built it. The intention behind your actions matters. A high-value man lives his truth, not a performance. She'll fall for your character, not your act. Focus on building yourself, not on tricks. That's how you create lasting attraction. The real shift begins when you start seeing yourself as the prize, not the pursuer. This is the moment everything changes. When you realize that your value isn't determined by someone else's attention or approval, but by your own sense of self-worth. It's about flipping the script and understanding that you are the one to be sought after, not the one constantly chasing. Stop putting her on a pedestal. Recognize your own value and the unique qualities you bring to every interaction. When you stop idolizing others and start appreciating yourself, you naturally command more respect and admiration. Being the prize isn't about arrogance or ego. It's about genuine self-awareness. It's knowing your strengths and accepting your flaws, while still holding your head high. True confidence is quiet, humble, and unshakable. Know what you bring to the table: your ambition, your humor, your strength, and your kindness. These are the qualities that set you apart and make you truly valuable, not just to others, but to yourself. When you believe in your worth, you stop seeking validation from others. You become comfortable in your own skin, and your actions are guided by your own standards, not by the need for approval. You become the selector, not the one waiting to be chosen. You make decisions based on what's best for you, and you're not afraid to walk away from situations that don't serve your growth. She'll sense this shift instantly. When you carry yourself with quiet confidence and self-respect, she'll want to prove herself to you, rather than the other way around. But remember, this transformation doesn't happen overnight. You have to do the work, build your purpose, nurture your confidence, and set healthy boundaries. Invest in your growth every single day. Live a life you're proud of. Pursue your passions. Take care of your space and give back to others. These actions reinforce your sense of self-worth and make your life richer and more fulfilling. When you know your worth, she will too. Your confidence becomes magnetic, drawing the right people and opportunities into your life. That's the man she'll worry about losing, the one who stands strong in his values and isn't afraid to walk away if something doesn't align with his vision. It's not ego, it's earned self-respect. It's the result of consistent effort, self-reflection, and growth. Build it, live it, and she'll feel it. The final transformation is about becoming the best version of yourself. For you, first and foremost. Knowledge is useless without action. Real change comes from consistent small shifts. Identify your purpose. Write down 3 goals outside your relationship. Dedicate time each week to these goals. Practice value through scarcity. Let her initiate contact sometimes. Don't always say yes to plans. Check your schedule first. Communicate that your time is in demand. Commit to your standards. Address small boundaries calmly. Her reaction will show her respect for you. Build a foundation of self-respect. Start today. Your future self will thank you. That's how you become the man she never wants to lose.